The largest stable in the city of Ludomir was owned by Shepsel. From morning until nightfall, male coaches would arrive, exchanging their tired horses for fresh ones. Shepsel was helped in his work by a boy named Chaim, an orphan who made his home with Shepsel and his family. Chaim's parents had died while he was very young, and he had roamed the streets before Shepsel had taken him in. Soon, however, they all regarded him as a member of the family, and he was especially close to Shepsel's daughter, Leah. They were like brother and sister. Now Chaim was a hard worker in the stables, just like Shepsel. They worked side by side all day long, but one day Chaim took ill, and each day he seemed to grow weaker. Leah took care of him during his illness, and she was deeply grieved at his death, as was Shepsel and the rest of the family. When the period of mourning had ended, however, Leah did not seem to recover from her grief. She had loved the boy deeply, and she could not bear the loss. Shepsel and his family sat at her bedside every day, praying for her recovery. One day, while Shepsel was sitting at her bedside, he fell asleep and began to dream. In the dream, Chaim, the stable boy, appeared before him, his face glowing with joy. "Where did you come from?" asked Shepsel, who remembered, even in the dream, that the boy was no longer in this world. "And why are you so joyful?" "Let me tell you all that has happened to me. When I left this world, I was brought before the heavenly court. I explained that I only knew a few prayers, for that is all that I had been taught. But I had served you, my master, as faithfully as I could. So too did I tend the horses with care, and I always tried to be honest. The court ruled that I had earned a place in the Garden of Eden, and that is where I take my home. And because I had tended horses early in my life, I have been put in charge of the heavenly horses that pull the golden coaches of the tzaddikim." Then the boy asked Shepsel about his family, and Shepsel broke into tears and told him how much his daughter had grieved over his death, and now she too was in grave danger. And the boy said, "Don't worry, there are leaves that grow in the Garden of Eden that heal any illness. Wait, and I'll fetch some for you." And a moment later, the boy brought Shepsel a handful of leaves and said, "Boil these in a pot of water and give them to Leah to drink." And as Shepsel accepted the leaves, he awoke. And scattered all over the bed were leaves that had blown in from the open window. And when he picked them up, he saw that those leaves did not grow anywhere in that land. So too did they bear a wonderful fragrance, like that in his dream. Shepsel hurried to boil some of those leaves in water, and he gave it to his daughter to drink. As he did, he told her about his dream and about the leaves that Chaim had given them from the Garden of Eden. And to everyone's amazement, Leah began to recover at once. So swift was her recovery that by the third day she was out of bed and walking around. Soon after that, Leah was betrothed and wed, and she named her first son Chaim after the stable boy. And it is said that she loved her child as much as she had loved her adopted brother. This story comes from Gabriel's Palace, Jewish mystical tales selected and retold by Howard Schwartz.